Hello and welcome back to TNO Last Days of Europe as China. Last time we left off at the debacle of the Coke, where we actually managed to find out who stole the Coke. But this time we're out to finish to push further down the cultural section and maybe finally get somewhere. You know. Holy, our stuff is horrible. We're actually producing one gun a month. Ah. Okay, cultural studies. A new subject has been added to the national Chinese curriculum, but, to the confusion and even anger of many instructors and students, it does not concern China at all. For the first time, the youth are encouraged to examine and understand foreign cultures, besides the Japanese. Alien literature, film, and music in studies is studied in classrooms across the country, giving our people a greater appreciation for the others. What's a cowboy? Teach art. Teach history. Invite Japanese technicians. It's an open secret that our benevolent overlord has done their best to ensure that our technological progress lags well behind theirs. However, there are many young Japanese engineers and technicians who are frustrated with their current and future prospects. With a little persuasion, perhaps they could come to work for us instead. Bulgaria sides with Germany. Okay, their opinion is good, but we need to get their influence up. Seriously, need to get the influence up. Right. That is my heater in the background. Hope it doesn't annoy you too much. Center of production. Why is our annual deficit? Why is our deficit going up when we reduce? That makes no sense. But fine. Learning from the West. We did not expect the road to modernization to be easy, but the initial report was even worse than we thought. Less than 0.5% of our population possess the skills we need to begin modernization. Large portions of our populations are not only technically illiterate, but completely illiterate. If we are to become a powerhouse of innovation, we must educate a generation of experts in fields ranging from modern irrigation practices to electrical grid management. As frustrating as it is to admit, we must acknowledge that Japan produces some of the finest technology in the world, and by extension, some of the finest technicians. Several prominent Japanese technicians have expressed interest in the 5 modernization program. We should invite them to advise our technological development and teach at our technical schools. After all, who is better fit to educate the first generation of Chinese technological professionals than the people who they will one day replace? Sends invitation. I think we're now going to run through this part really quick, digging deep. The Earth holds many resources in store for those willing to dig down. We know for a fact that our lands hold vast resource deposits, and there must be more deposits hidden below. So dig, 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 dig for the country. Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After all, we need to get everything done in every tree, so why not start by doing that one? No. Bribe the old god. No. We don't even have the first one, but we're close to it. Like, next time this one goes through, we have it. Military government in the Gulf. Dig, dig, dig. The mines of China do not snake like burrowing worms, as in other countries. Rather, they chop a hole into a bit of stone and wriggle as much as they can. This will not do in a new China. Our surface mines and shallow shafts provide nothing but meager deposits. The depths of stone are filled with ancient treasures, hundreds of millions of years old. It's time we take some for ourselves. And to claim our spoils, we must go deep into the broken rocks of Earth. Riches do not come easy, only a fool believes so. Get digging. The gold mines of Henan. Gold. It makes the world go round. It is a symbol of wealth. Backing up so many currencies around the world. A modern nation always keeps some gold stockpiled, and if there is money to be made selling it, profits. We have some deposits in Henan. They just need proper exploitation to be profitable. Let's keep going. Improved research capacity. Excavation products. Our current require a total amount of million a year. But that's bad. Oh fuck, why is it going down? I thought we were actually going up. And that fucking sucks, mate. Dig a little harder. It would seem not even the hardware can strike through these layers upon layers of rocks. At our deepest we've fallen just short of 300 meters, but the problem haven't stopped. Cave-ins, careless death, machine failures and reckless mining techniques have resulted in weeks of setbacks. We have lost countless pieces of crucial excavation equipment and will have to restock if we wish to continue digging deeper. Until then, all we can do is learn. 99. Close to 99. Magadan. Fall out of Madagascar. Komi. Philippines. What are the Japanese actually up to? Glory of the Sea. Okay. That's it for Japan. The gold of Henan. It is said that money cannot buy happiness. If money cannot, surely gold will. Our once proud gold reserves were looted by Japanese volunteers. Vultures. All that is left now is the dregs left by the old KMT government. All hope is not lost, not yet. Gold still courses through the underbelly of our nation. In Henan, veins can be found nearly commonly. Surely worth our investment. It will not be easy to dig so deep, but our men are ready and our industry is capable. Yeah, the price really goes down. Copper of Xingxie. Copper is showing promise in the burgeoning field of electronics as a conductor. Plus, it has potential as a resource in itself to be a moneymaker for us. Xingxie has a few deposits. We better get to work. Fool's gold. It would appear that our methods of demolishing are quite effective. However, our scouting could use some work. This particular gold vein that we choose to inaugurate the mines at Heian so happened to form in close proximity to a coal mine. So when our prospectors began to blow out shafts into the rock, we received a bigger explosion than we expected. We may now have surface access to the gold veins, but at what cost? A few dead, to be exact. But fuck, we need to get some liquid reserves going. Oh, the annual deficit is going down. That's good. Communist revolution in Leventa. Now we definitely need to save so that we can increase this one. Our economic base will benefit greatly. Oh wait, what do we have done here? Sufficient while improving our... We need more liquid reserves. And we'll expand this until then. Oh, okay. Interesting. Copper in Jiangxi. In the days of the dynasty, copper was a versatile, strong and refined material used for everything from mirrors to coins to swords to wheels. Today, copper is just as essential to the functioning of the state. The copper of China powers the military complex, making the wiring of bombs and lights, all while sending out our messengers. In the south, among the mountains of blooming fields, the Jiangxi copper stands waiting to be touched. These deposits, some of the largest in the sphere, are now secured by our companies and ready to be extracted. Eureka! It's iron of Yuan. Iron, one could say, it's the bedrock of the modern age. But what with its use as a source of steel, one happens to have some large deposits of the metal, and we will be damned if we let it rot under the earth any longer. Copperhead. Below the surface of the Yangtze Hills lies a massive operation of mine shafts sprawling out in all directions. This is our largest mine operation yet, so large in fact that we could opt to build a series of smelters on site to clear congestion on our railway. It was a combination of inexperienced workers and hasty construction that led to the initial accident, where a large bucket of copper sulfide collapsed and flooded the refinery floor. Many workers on the floor recently received debilitating burns, some even collapsing into the molten mass and never being seen again. Soon the mess would be cleaned by emergency crews, but the damage to our production schedule had been dealt. That's fucking unlucky. What's with this high deficit? And if I go up, it goes down. Huh. No. Yeah, civilian construction. What's happening to our... What is happening to our PP? I want more PP, but we don't get any more, because for some reason it just always disappears. Yeah, let's next go down... No, wait, we wanted to finish the tree over here first. Okay, we got 400 in our pocket. The iron of Yuan. What is a ship without its hull? What is an engine without its cylinders? What is a sword with no blade? They are nothing, not without iron. Iron is perhaps the most important resource we must secure for exploitation in large quantities. Our government surveys have found that Yuan holds a variety of resources, with iron being the most prominent. If we can establish a mining complex in the area, we will have access to near limitless supply of iron, all under Chinese control. Stability, war support, PP gain. Let's get oversee the teaching. Just because there is a shortage of Chinese teachers does not mean that there ought to be a shortage of curriculum. We must oversee the general curriculum of education so that as to prevent any further bias or influence by the Japanese to the youth. After all, they are there to educate, not to indoctrinate. Why is it always going down? A die cast. The facilities as Wuhan has grown into the beast of its own, a city tucked within the valley of hills, sustaining the mine workforce. As one approaches on the main access road, a faint hum grows into the steady beating of pickaxe, the buzzing of recently employed mechanical drills. This is the environment we have created, a truly vast site, estimated to produce millions of tons of iron annually. So impressive even that site security has intercepted Japanese Gurkhas on Sunday strolls, no doubt jealous of the growing Chinese industrial strength. Oh, we get less PP because I go civilian austerity. Then I shall not do that again. That's stupid. I didn't realize that. Oh, are they going to be democratic? Ach du meine Güte. Ach du meine Güte. Overseeing teaching. The Japanese teachers we were able to acquire are now being monitored by our own native curriculum to root out any deceitful charlatans who might tarnish education given the indoctrinating bias or influence. It would also be an opportunity to ensure that the good Chinese culture is being maintained and kept alive, rather than left to wither and die like what happened in Korea, or particularly all of Europe. Imperialism shall never be distilled in our youth. Well, just not much imperialism. So a bit of imperialism is always good. Tin, with its malleability and ductility, is an important metal with the deposits that we have in Jiangshan and the Yangtze power platform. We can easily exploit and extract it. God, my reading is always. Okay, that looks good. When will we lose civilian authority? September. Ah, long way to go though. But at least we're close to being able to improve one of those. Hopefully. Magadan is Magadan. Verona conference ended. Ah. Tin of Jiangshan. Oh, wait, before we do that. Educating the country. Go. A new generation of bright minds. The modernization of China education is progressing by leaps and bounds. Only the next generation of young Chinese citizens is enjoying education standards which had seemed unthinkable just a few years prior. Those who graduate from our reformed institutions are already beginning to make great contributions to science, to culture and the arts, to politics and philosophy. Though we need for intellect is great in nearly all fields within China, we can attempt to make selective amendments to our curricula and to our teaching methods, thus encouraging greater interest in a specific field for the betterment of our nations. We have identified 3 possible fields which could benefit greatly from an influx in professionals, namely the natural science for scientific research, the political and bureaucratic intelligentsia for developing the means of national government, and the technical subjects to further advance our industrial efficiency. We are going to promote studies of the humanities. More PP. 10 of Dachang. As we strive for independence from Japan, we will need a strong military with ample across domestically produced supply. It is said that an army fighting on its stomach, and if we ever wish to confront Japan, we will need to be sure that we are feeling fit, fat and healthy soldiers to reunify China. Sourcing the food is no problem, however, as we are put on food on the table for most of the Cook's prosperity sphere. It is storing and preserving the food that is causing us trouble. It is storing and preserving food that is causing us troubles. But one of the technocrats has an idea. Develop the tin deposits near Zhengshan to produce tin cans. This is a risky move, but would be quite rewarding if we can pull it off. I need to make a short break of not talking right now. Otherwise I'm going to fall out. New agricultural equipment. As we turn towards industrialization, more and more workers will move from the fields to the factories. In order to prevent agriculture crisis, we must replace the hoe and plow with a tractor and combine. This will provide the perfect opportunity to test our industrial capacities, as well as our ability to secure and adapt foreign equipment. Right. Tons of tin. Our prospectors went first, digging with dynamite until we had multiple shafts leading to the deposits, then the engineers building support and affixing lights. Soon, miners were chipping away at the tin deposits deep underground. As the mine expanded, we introduced more and more machinery, demonstrating that China industrially is a modern, capable force. Before long, the mine will produce thousands of tons of tin, and our foodstuff industry will prosper. We're losing support. That's bad. Why would I do that? Huh. Next 3 things done. Also horizon radar. Maybe even basic artillery. Wait, no, that's wrong. That's not what I wanted to research. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. We're actually getting half a pp a day. Okinawa. Taiwan. Philippines. Guangdong. A farmer life is a simple life. Our new computers have helped us identifying multiple problems with our agricultural production. While there are countless small issues hampering our farmers, they are all connected by one common cause. Despite the fact that it makes up the largest sector of our economy, Chinese agriculture has not significantly progressed in centuries. With farmers on other nations using tractors, chemical fertilizers and water pipelines, our farms still rely on horse-drawn plows, manure and primitive irrigation systems. If China is to retain its position as a fierce primary food supplier, it is of the uttermost importance that we begin to industrialize our agriculture immediately. The cost of purchasing modern agricultural equipment from Japan and reselling it to farmers at affordable rates will be a step, but our financial experts are confident that the increase in crop and livestock yields will more than make up for it within the next 10 years. Ooh, reading. Sorry, my tongue kinda hurts. The aluminium of Yan. Aluminium is an extremely useful metal to own, especially if you want to develop an air force. We happen to own large bauxite deposits in our territory, just that it is one of the western borders at the moment. Bolstering up the guard of the area and founding exploitation will get us far. Wow, it's still at a monthly rate of -1. Holy shit, what can we do there? Good. I'm not going to do that again. Huh. Improved research capabilities, but we haven't done anything with that yet. Oh. Huh. Adolf Hitler died. So the Civil War will start soon. The aluminium of Yan. We now possess great access to resources we previously relied on the Japanese for, and now could supply our own current military, but it is not enough to be satisfied with status quo. We must look forward towards the future and develop materials to expand our armed forces. Aluminium built the bombers that dropped the atomic bombs on Hawaii, and built the frames for Japan's cars. And it is a material of the future if we wish to stand independent. The process of refining aluminium is a difficult one, and will require new tooling and techniques if we wish to successfully begin production, but innovation has no price. What's next? New farming techniques. Now that we have acquired modern agricultural equipment, we must improve the manner in which we use them. Efficient field placement, soil fertility, conservation, and multi-stage processing facilities are all techniques that could amplify our agricultural output as much as the machines themselves. metal of the future. Aluminium is no simple material like iron or tin. No, aluminium requires a more deft touch, one with precise machinery and expertise that proved troublesome even for our Japanese partners. Lanzhou bauxite mine turned out to be a magnificent sources. With the new facilities hosting a mine, a refinery, and a school to teach technicians for future plants, already our vicinity is projected to produce tens of thousands of tons of aluminium, perfect for strengthening our military. We're already getting 10 per run through. Now we need to wait and get this one done ASAP. Oh, the Civil War starts, the German one. Yeah, German Civil War. Wait, did they declare war too? They did declare war too. Lol. What's next? What's next? Vertical industrial increasement. Chaos at Ostland. Moscowine turmoil. Oh god, the game was just Hans Beidel. Interesting that they also have something. Ah. Interesting, but we are not Brittany. We are China, and we are getting new farming equipment, techniques. Expansion into Africa, Warsaw Uprising, English Civil War. Hidden Heroes. Formation of the Africa Shield. The Serbs are rising up. Ostland is at war. Dön exercises Crimea. Ostland is still at war. South Africa now is at war too. Oh my god. Yeah, no one cares. First off, we are going to increase technology. Advancement in technology. Our efforts have borne fruits. The recent innovations created by our talented scientists have greatly accelerated our technological progress. As such, we now have access to indispensable scientific knowledge that we are ready to apply towards the field of research. Production. When the first shipment of new farming equipment from Japan was quickly brought out by farmers and ranchers across our nations, we had reasons to believe that the modernization of our agricultural sector would be an easy process and could mostly be left to the farmers to handle themselves. When a study conducted by our Department of Agricultural Research reached the desk of the General Secretary of Industry and Agriculture, those hopes quickly vanished. In Henan, pipes designed to water crops are being used as fence posts and improvised weather vans. In Fujian, farmers have traded their tractors to cattle ranches that use the machines to herd their stocks. One particularly inventive individual has been burning bags of fertilizer to heat his stables and, if there is any left over, his bathwater. Such waste and misuse of expensive machinery must be brought to an end as soon as possible. Orders have been issued to begin a re-education campaign across rural China to help our agriculture workers properly implement their new equipment into their daily work. We have also made sure that all future products will be sold with detailed instruction manuals included. No transition is ever perfectly smooth. Oh wait, we can go further. We need to get something done in the educational sector. But I also want to get rid of the cost there. Why is our deficit so high? Huh? I think I'm just stupid. I think we're actually gaining money. I'm giving up on this entire thing. Like I have no idea how economics work. Nationalism is learning. I would actually love to get more PP, but I stopped. We can get any more PP from here. Well then, teach Japanese. Japanese is the lingua franca of the Great East Asia co-prosperity sphere. It is the language of our overlords. To gain our freedom and defeat Japan, we must first understand Japan. If we know the enemy and know yourself, you need not to fear the results of 100 battles. God, I can't. You know what, let's make this one and see what it does. Africa Shield intervenes in South Africa. African National Congress. What? They're commies. This is stupid. Anyway, let's teach Japanese, and after that I think we're going to finish adapting the resources, and then we're going to go down this route a bit. Yeah. That sounds good. Whoa, we actually have an air force. We have one plane, but we don't have personnel. But we have one. Still everything decently okay. Teaching Japanese. For the last 2 decades, Japan has played the role of the puppet master pulling all the strings in Asia. After Japan's decisive victory over the Western powers, they emerged an unmatched power on the world stage. The far-reaching rays of the rising sun stretched across the largest empire of the largest continent. From the distant heights of the Himalayas to the swamps of Borneo, Men of the rising sun control businesses, culture, and society. When Chinese businessmen grow into this Japanese-dominated world without even basic knowledge of the language, they are unable to survive beyond the local level. Without the ability to communicate with the Seibatsu and the Japanese economic and political institutions that dominate Asia, China is doomed to fail. It is important that we teach Japanese to our young students. Already, programs across Eastern China have instructed Chinese students on Japanese. Now, more widespread educational programs in rural areas will properly prepare our pupils for the world that they will grow in, for the modernization of China and for the appeasement of our lords to the West. It must be done for the greater good. Educating the countryside. New Chinese technicians. None can say that the efforts of our technicians have not been valiant, but now more than a few of them spend more time reminiscing about the good old days than actually working. The time has come for new blood to take center stage, and with the aid of a few hastily translated textbooks, we can achieve just that. Oh, agriculture is actually rising. That's good. And the state of the education is just poor, not that bad anymore. Yeah. Wait, what was that down there? That was education, right? Educational status. The HMML error has been defeated. Well, we are soon up with the time, so I need to keep lookout for that. Oh, Japanese breadbasket isn't really all that bad anymore. And we are actually producing a ship. Wow. Why do we not... Oh, now we built it again. I guess it is what it is. First citizens of the modern China. 10 months ago, Li Ji was a recently unemployed man who had spent his entire life in an ammunition factory and was looking for a new opportunity. 6 months ago, he successfully rebuilt his first generator. Today is his first day as a repairman at an apartment complex that recently installed electric lighting and heating. With the help of Japanese instructors and a not insignificant amount of learning by trial and error, the first class of Chinese technicians is starting to show real promise. Already, we are relying less on the Japanese to install and repair new devices for us. Instruction manuals printed in Mandarin are beginning to replace those printed in Japanese. Our foreign guides seem surprised and even a little dismayed at how quickly the students are progressing. Steps are being taken to further integrate these newly minted technological specialists into our modernization program, as well as into the burgeoning Chinese electronic manufacturing sector. Long considered an impossible dream, the idea of a modern, self-sufficient China seems more attainable with each passing day. We shall no longer rely upon Japan for progress. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye for today. See you then.